Is it recording? All right. It is yours truly, Rick the Prince here, and you are watching Surface. Rick the Prince here. Truly, Rick the Prince here. What's good? What's good, guys? Yours truly, Rick the Prince. You are watching.
What's up, y'all? It's James Hooper here. You are watching Beneath the Surface on Surface Town with my homie Rick the Prince. Tune in.
Only want you as my baby. There's a million ways I could say it. I just wanna love upon your body every night. Hop up in a ride, say you down to ride. And if we take our time, I know the stars will realign. My hands up on your body, I swear nothing feels more right. Girl, I promise you gon' catch me staring. See you in a new McLaren, I just wanna get it for you. I could barely find the words to say that I adore you. You deserve it.
All right, man. We got the
Yes, sir.
we got the king back in the building, man. Thank you so much for coming through.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me always, bro.
Of course, man. You know, we had you on. You're actually the first artist to return to Beneath the Surface, so.
Hey.
But this is the first time we got him in the studio on set, man. So this is like a second and a first at the same time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Very, cool, very important. First of all, congratulations on Elevate 2.
Thank you,
man. The project is out, man. We're gonna be talking about this project
streaming everywhere.
Yes, sir. Everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music. What is it on SoundCloud?
YouTube. It's now on YouTube because my best friend Josiah convinced me to put it on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube now, so you can stream it free.
There's no excuse. Like I ain't got the subscription. You don't need it. It's free.
Go get it.
Like, absolutely. So we're gonna be talking about this project all throughout our conversation. But I just wanted to briefly touch on how does it feel to have your baby out finally for the world to listen to.
Man, I've been working on this album for about 6-7 months now, since about the end of December.
Right.
And I only worked on those 11 tracks because I knew that if I did more, I'd want to, add more to it, and I wouldn't stop like building the album essentially. Mm-hmm. So I just kept going in and diving into the same sessions over and over and over and just tweaking it until I thought it was perfect to the level I'm able to achieve right now with my skill set and stuff like that. So having it out, man, it's exciting. I just want more people to hear it. That's what I'm trying to get to right now,
Yeah.
But it's exciting.
When is going up? When is that like your most streamed record now?
It is.
That's crazy. Off your new project. That means you're doing something right.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So for everyone tuning in, we had James here last year, but it was during the pandemic. So we weren't able to have him in set. However, if y'all do want to get the backstory on James, y'all definitely make sure y'all check that out. Links will be in the description. We talked about him and performing art school with our boy Josiah, who's in the building.
Shout out.
He's been in a feature film, all of this stuff. So if y'all want all of that, make sure y'all check out that last one. Links will be in the description. But we're on to the new project now. You start the record off with On My Own.
Yeah.
Now, a way to start the record. Now, placement is very important to me. Because I take projects, albums, mixtapes, all that very seriously. So I feel like anytime an artist puts a record somewhere, it's intentional.
Yes.
Why kick off the project with this one?
Well, essentially, On My Own is kind of like a segue from 11, my last album, into this album, Elevate 2. And that one was just the most, I'm not gonna say the most R&B track on the project, but it was very R&B vibes. But it was very raw emotion. And I don't really put too much emotion in my records as far as like explicitly saying what I'm feeling and what's going on. Yeah. Especially when it sounds like in this song, like tears rain down, and I ain't around. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, to all my loved ones, hope I make you proud. Like it's very vulnerable in a way that I'm usually not vulnerable. Saying a lot about myself, saying a lot that I know a lot of people can relate to. Yeah. So yeah, man, I had to dig a little bit deep in the emotional pocket, you know what I'm saying, and bring that out with the vocals as well. And it sets up the project well because it's the first project that, or the first song on the album that segues from 11, and then it's just a whole transition when you hit I'm On, that second record, you know what I'm saying, just knocking it over. It's just all right the rest of the project. So yeah.
So how is it when you're recording a record that's emotional like this one? Aside from your rest of your records,
this one was hard for me because I usually don't play into my emotions or tap into my emotions when I'm trying to sing. I kind of just, you know, do a little flavor here and there, a couple vibrato, a little vibrato and stuff like that. Ooh yeah, just quick little ad-libs and stuff. But this one I really had to dig deep and like I actually made myself cry for the record, like for the intro part, because I wanted it to feel authentic.
Yeah.
And I think that's why that record is connected with people so heavy, is because you get that authentic vibe. It sounds raw, it sounds real. And so it pushed me out of my comfort zone a bit to do that, because I've never, you know, forced myself to cry behind a mic and nearly screaming on the track, kind of scream singing some of the vocals to captivate or capture that emotion.
Yeah. But
it's doing its job for sure as the first record, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling people, listen to that first record. It'll make you want to listen to the rest of the project.
Right. Now, another record that you have off of the project is called Rush.
Yes.
Now, this one stuck out to me because you're in a falsetto on the hook. And I don't know if like you normally do that. Like this is the most I've seen you use it in that way. So it took me, I was off guard. I was like, whoa. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, so tell me about this record and how this record came about.
Okay, so it's funny that you brought that record up, and I love that you brought that record up, because Rush, that was gonna be the only song I had a feature on the album. And shout out Jason Daly. He's a talented artist.
Yes, sir.
I believe from New York. We haven't even met in person yet, but we connected.
Yes, sir.
Through who connected? We connect. That was you? Gosh, okay, bet. Well, shout out Jason.
Yeah, shout out Jason.
Bro, yeah, I forget,
we had
man.
Jason
I thought it was you for some reason. That's what I was like.
Last year as well.
It wasn't Rick.
Oh, you're good, man.
But yeah, so thank you for
he was gonna be on that?
Yeah.
What?
But what happened was, this was right around the time like COVID was popping, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it only got worse last year. So I tried to get him over. He was gonna come through. We were gonna lay it, and he was feeling the vibe of it. I sent it to him, and I just laid the verses. So it was just me coming like, sleep in your ocean, it's incredible. Y'all can tell in my songs I don't retain all the lyrics like that. I have to sit here for like 10 seconds and dig deep down in if I'm trying to jump right to the song. Like that's what I'm like, and then y'all know the melody.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was just gonna do those verses, and then I was gonna have him come on like the hook, because I wanted like somebody with that R&B soul sound, like you know what I'm saying, to have that R&B track on the project, because Rush is essentially the most R&B track on the album, in my opinion. But he gotten sick, and we just, you know how it goes, you play phone tag for a couple of weeks, and it's kind of like he was out of town, he was traveling. I'm not putting anything on him. It didn't play out like that. And after thinking about it long enough, I wanted to get him on a different record. I prefer to cut something from scratch, especially after sitting on it that long. Like I've been sitting on Rush for maybe like a month at this point, a month or two, and we hadn't touched it. So I was like, you know what? I've essentially gone through the whole album now. I'm just gonna, you know, be on it, like be on it myself for the sake of making the whole album entirely me. But I did want to keep that R&B flavor, and I know I do sing so like low a lot of the time with my R&B. I'm either belting something up there, like Take It Back, or I'm singing something very low in my smoother tones.
So who are you listening to right now? I know it's a new year. We got a lot of new, like people I feel like are being very experimental with their sound and trying new things, especially after last year. They just like, fuck it, we just wanna do face our fears. So who are some of the artists that you've been listening to?
I listen to a wide range of artists. As of recent, like Lil Baby is the inspiration. And it's ironic, I guess, because my genre, the genre that I don't even really like to box myself in a genre anymore,
absolutely,
to be honest.
not,
So this year is where I kind of like set a new bar, and I changed that up. So I don't even really like to say R&B anymore. Pop star. Shout out to Milo. That's what we said we were finna call it, a pop star.
Okay.
Pop star. But yeah, Lil Baby essentially. That's what inspired me. Like when I started rapping, it was more so out of anger and frustration. I was kind of tired of the R&B, and melodic is fun and all, but R&B's only get so intense and like, you know what I'm saying, hard hitting.
Yeah.
So I want to come on something a little bit more aggressive. And so listening to a lot of Lil Baby is really what inspired me as a recent. But Joyner Lucas is hard. I don't know. I kind of listen to, I just shuffle through stuff. Chris Brown. I really don't listen to new music unless somebody puts me on.
Right.
And I know that sounds bad. It probably is bad. So don't hurt me if I'm wrong for that one. But yeah, it takes usually people like showing me new stuff, because a lot of the time I'm listening to Josiah's music, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to my music, and a lot of the time I'm just working on music.
Absolutely.
So when I put the music down, I hop in the car and I'm listening to a mix. I usually have my stuff on cycle before it drops, for the sake of hearing where I can fix it and perfect it before it drops. So
you study you.
Pretty much. I try to grow
what's
off of myself, because my inspiration was Jacob Lattimore. I listen to Jacob Lattimore all the time. That's where I got started with music. But as far as now, I find it very easy to bite off of other people's sound unintentionally.
Yeah.
Like you'll catch yourself doing like a flow, somebody else's, and not even realize it. So I try to just build off of myself and what I know my sound is and where I think I sit, knowing that it will probably resonate with a lot of other artists that are out there. I feel like you can really be like truthfully, organically yourself if you are studying yourself.
Yeah.
Not to say I'm a great or the great or the greatest, but I'm getting somewhere, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's people hear it. It's just a matter of, keep turning it up a notch each year.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
after Elevate, I kind of really just started building off of myself, and that helped me better define like how I wanted to sound as my own artist, as well as how I wanted to like come off, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like artists are always trying to identify, especially when you're new to it, you're trying to identify like in my R&B and my pop. And so a lot of your records all the time sound scattered.
Yeah.
And so whereas on an old album of mine, I feel like they would sound scattered, and it's like it's a good project and it has its hits. Now, like, the difference is not only sonically better quality, but it sounds more, you know what I'm saying? Everything fits. Like, even with this album, Elevate 2, just the order, every song is very different. Like, there are a couple that are pretty similar in the way the 808s hit the beat pattern, but, like, they're pretty different. You get something different all the time, you know?
Right.
So,
Now,
yeah.
Can't Take It.
Mm-hmm.
Now, another emotional record off of the project. On this record, you said, I don't want to feel no more. Don't want to breathe no more.
Yeah.
The world then went so cold, don't want to see no more.
Mm-hmm.
So talk about how you were feeling when you did that record.
Man, that record was inspired. Once again, like I said, I draw a lot of inspiration from Lil Baby, and he had the bigger picture. It was very motivational, inspirational.
Great record.
And and I was trying to figure out like where to touch people. I was trying to figure out like what nerve to hit. I think of every song as like a different nerve you're hitting with somebody. And if somebody, like, you want to resonate with everyone, essentially, so you want to hit every nerve, you know what I'm saying? So that way you can connect to as many people. I know a lot of people don't take that approach, but it's just one, I don't like to stick to one lane, one solid sound, and one message. It's like, nah, man, like, I feel y'all in all different walks of life. Like, no matter what you're going through, where you're at, like, you know what I'm saying? We're going through some beauty and struggling as everyone's going through it.
Right.
So, with that, those lyrics were just mainly taking a like reflection on 2020 and putting it into a light that people could understand it. And it's so simple. Like, I don't want to feel, don't want to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like, the world went so cold, don't want to see. Everybody's feeling that way in some regard. You know what I'm saying? Whether you didn't get that unemployment check in the mail, whether you were unemployed and weren't getting unemployment checks, whether you got COVID, whether you're just financially at your lowest, whether you're, you know what I'm saying, out of a job, in a job, don't like your job, saving lives, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it might be, it was like pretty dramatic for a lot of us. And a lot of people are going through it on their own, on their own. So it was just a way to say like, yo, I feel you, and kind of like share a little bit of the energy that was, stirred up last year as far as the George Floyd riots and the election and all that craziness.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a way to let people know like, yo, like, you're not alone in it, you know what I'm saying? Without making it too deep to where I'm hitting the wrong nerve with people. Because with records like that, I feel like you can get pretty like touchy.
Yeah,
it can hit a sensitive for people. That's why, like, the way I had the intro, like, I didn't want to put too much of something in there and too little of this and too much of that. So I tried to like start the song off with setting the tone, and then I basically just ran through it as far as like how I was feeling and things I was going through with my personal friends, to say like, this is like, the hook is kind of like, I know how y'all are feeling. Because that's a little bit extreme for me, to be honest. I don't want to feel no more, I don't want to breathe no more. Like, I've never really been at my lowest, like, where I feel like I don't want to live, but I've been pretty low before where it doesn't feel like there's coming out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're coming out of it. So I like that record a lot. We were actually listening to that one on the way here, just because It's cool, yo. It's a really cool. I feel like it's a comforting song. And as Josiah was saying, like it's kind of like a tour song, you know. And when we say tour song, we're thinking like that video, like I don't mean to let them down on the stage, belly of king, just hugging the fans. That kind of video. It feels like that universal vibe, you know. It's something everybody can relate to.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a very deep record, and I wrote it coming from a real place. And it's more real to me actually today, like to this day, than it was when I was writing it, based on the things I was saying. But yeah, it was actually just a record I just, wanted to have on the project to really have that like type of record.
Yeah.
That feel.
Yeah, it's very important to have a record like that to be able to speak on real issues in real life, and I think every artist should do that in their own way.
Exactly. Like don't push for it, and like I said, that's what made it a kind of different record for me to do too, because I didn't want to push on it, because you can always like say the wrong thing or say something so slightly off that it is delivering the wrong message, and people will look at you like you're pretentious. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just stuck up. You don't know what you're going through. You just, you have everything. Why are you even? What are you talking about? You're dealing with this and that. So y'all know me by now. Like I'm in tune with my emotion a lot. You know that, like from my music and stuff like that. So I just really like was going off my emotions and stuff I was dealing with.
All right. So when you're feeling this way, other than music, what are some things that you do to keep your spirits up?
I love being around people. Like I'm always with like my friends all the time, literally. Like if I'm not working on music, I'm in the studio with people who are like brothers to me, or I'm just hanging out with my friends. But I love being outside. I love going to the park. I love going downtown. Ponce City Market, shout out to Atlanta. Piedmont Park, shout out to Atlanta. Everybody in Georgia knows, but not everybody else. But yeah, it's just nice to be outside and just be with people half the time. I mean, I never really do anything too deep. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not doing one thing, it's the other, and if I'm not doing that, I'm hustling.
Right. Absolutely, absolutely. So the new project is out.
Yes, Elevate 2.
Give me the trajectory, like singles, videos, because this man be killing it with the music videos. We ain't got a video yet for the project yet, have we?
Coming soon. We're rehearsing right now.
All right, give me something.
Man.
give me something.
For sure. So the single right now, I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it. The single right now on the album is gonna be Hands on Your Body.
Okay.
When was the single, as far as prepping people up, like debut single?
Promo.
Yeah, Hands on Your Body is the one after me and my team and my homies in the production team have talked long and thought hard about it. That one makes the most sense as far as captivating that audience, and it's actually a lot of people's favorite. It has the most streams right now.
Okay.
But that one, the vibes on that are really cool, and it's just very, like lovey and saying all the things, the little cute, sweet things I would love to say to a girl. You know what I'm saying? So, that one's gonna be the single.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad you all tuned in. We got our boy James Hooper, new project. Elevate 2 out. Y'all make sure y'all go stream that. Anybody wants to follow you, link with you, where could they do that at?
All my social media handles is at James Hooper III. It's JamesHooper III. My YouTube is James Hooper III. Facebook, James Hooper the Third III, the same thing. But Instagram's where I'm at. So.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, man, for coming on, man. I've been seeing your,
man, for real.
Yeah, I've been seeing your progression in real time. So just every time you drop something, every time you promote something, I'm genuinely excited because you're a dope artist. You have dope music. I'm always going to support that, man.
Thank you so much.
And anytime you want to come on the show, you're welcome, always.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate that for real, bro. Thank you for the brother you've been to me as well, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just as much as like I'm sitting here, bro, and this channel, you're like regarding me, I'm regarding you the same way, bro. Like, I for real appreciate it, bro.
Absolutely.
Like, you out here repping me. Like,
yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And it matched the fit. So
it did. The fit looks like something. I want that fit. Like, for real.
All right, guys. It is yours truly, Rick the Prince, James Hooper. Y'all make sure y'all check out that new project. You just watch Beneath the Surface. And we'll see y'all next time.
Peace out. Thank you so much.
Hey.
I know they know. It ain't now, yeah, what it was. And you've been treating me away. I've been on it, and I know you know. I know they know. going stupid. Money looping. Spend this cash, get it back like what? Don't have an umbrella, I think it's kinda funny. Be who you wanna be. I'm stuck on you like the honey. Cute like a bunny, you hop in the whip and we off. Diamonds they dancing, the rhythm ain't off. Hitting 180, you gripping the wall. Money so deep it could break any fall. Too many women, I've been through it all. Emotions been so low, give me that boost. I say goodnight, you say you coming through.